got a pretty full day planned. What are we going to do today?
Well, we'll go visit Dad's grave. We'll go over to the Ashe County Cheese. Is it factory?
Ashe County Cheese Factory, I think.
Yeah, we like doing that. Get us some cheese and cheese curds. And sometimes they've got the best buttermints. I don't remember how much they are, but they're usually the nice, soft, sweet ones that I like really good. And then go eat, ride the parkway some, enjoy our time together, and hopefully Rough Ridge won't be quite as crowded as last week.
Oh goodness, last week was unbelievable. We went Sunday after church, and I don't remember being that crowded last year when we went on Saturday. Of course, it was rainy that day. That might have kept some people away.
Yeah, there was some up there, not many, but that, yeah.
I anticipate it to be pretty crowded today. Took us a lot longer to hike it than it normally would. It's not a long hike at all.
The slushy mud didn't help last week either.
No, it didn't. Colors are not really looking too good right through here. Just kind of muted. That's all right.
If the sun was shining bright, it'd probably be really nice. Have a nice glow to it. When you look off in the, well, not right here, but a minute ago and a couple times, if you look in the woods, you just see the yellow going down into the trees too.
I remember one year at our house, the woods above them were like that. You just looked at it, just looked like blazing yellow, and it was really nice. We've seen it that nice since.
Roaring Fork Road. Was that last year or year before?
In Gatlinburg?
Yeah. Remember, it was like when we went in the fall one. I don't think it was last. I don't remember when it was. But anyway, you look and it was just like it was so bright inside the woods.
Oh yeah.
It's like we went at the perfect day.
That's a beautiful fall drive. Well, that would have been 2 years ago, couples trip.
Or 2 years ago. Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I don't think it was last year.
Or maybe, I don't know. We did do some colors last year.
Yeah, I know. So I can't remember.
When did it snow? We rode the chairlift up to over Gatlinburg, and it had actually snowed on the fall leaves and
I think
on
that
the chair
was
we were sitting in.
2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
That was miserable. They didn't even clean the snow out of the chairs or nothing. We basically sat on hard packed ice all the way up to the top of Mount Harrison at over Gatlinburg, and you couldn't feel anything.
You couldn't feel anything, and then of course you were wet back there, and then it's cold up there, then riding it back down. It's like, yeah, it was kind of
but beautiful.
Beautiful to see, but
the fall leaves were still on the trees. The colors had turned late that year, and then it snows on top of that. You talk about a sight.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I hope we get to see that again, maybe this year or sometime, because we weren't vlogging then or doing any videos. But actually, I do have a video from many years back in early November where we rode Roaring Fork, and there was still fall leaves and it had snowed. That's either under my other channel, Derek H 1969, or DSH NINC 1969. I don't know which channel it was. I'm going to pull off right here into just this camera. This is the overlook where they found. Now that's Grandview. We must have already passed Yadkin Valley overlook. Or maybe that was the first one where the sign was gone. Maybe that was it. Maybe that might be Yadkin Valley. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this camera here. I will pull straight so that you can see the view from here while I do it. Yep. Grandview overlook, elevation 3,240. Alright, we're getting off the Blue Ridge Parkway now. We're going to cut the camera off for a bit. We will resume once we get close to West Jefferson. I'll go ahead and wait till we do get off the parkway. There's still a little bit more fall color right here. Okay, getting ready to turn on to the 4-lane 421. Lo and behold, surprise, surprise, there's a Dollar General. You don't see a lot of those. No. But get ready to turn on 221 north to West Jefferson. Now, like you've heard me say before, I prefer the Smoky Mountains over the mountains in this northwestern part of the state. Yeah, they've redone this egg. I don't remember this exit.
They had it last year like this. That's why. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It is redone.
But I prefer the Smoky Mountains, but I do like West Jefferson. I like it better than Boone. I like it better than Blowing Rock. Just a nice little mountain town. Beautiful in the fall. I really like it in the fall.
It is pretty.
There used to be a television show that was on. It was what was the name of that show we watched? They would switch back and forth between Ashe County and then over in Tennessee, I guess. I can't remember what, Sullivan County, Tennessee, Blountville area. They would switch back and forth, and basically they would ride along with the deputy sheriffs as they went out to catch criminals. Southern Justice, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, I think
but
you're right.
the show would be filmed a lot here in Ashe County, in the West Jefferson and Jefferson area. And so we were 13 miles from West Jefferson.
Some baby Christmas trees on that hill.
Oh yeah, this is like the Christmas tree capital right up here, Ashe County. Getting back to a lot of green right now. I'm a little concerned about West Jefferson itself. It's not even 3,000 feet in elevation, so it sits a little lower. I'm a little concerned maybe the colors aren't going to be quite as in, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Okay, getting ready to go into downtown West Jefferson. Had to stop off at Ingles Supermarket for just a moment. What you see in front of you there is Mount Jefferson. There's actually a state park up there. Never have been up to it, but I know there's one up there. So one of these days. Still a lot of green. It's not at peak even yet up here. There are a couple of sections on the parkway where it was, but that's what I was mentioning earlier. We dropped down in altitude just a little bit, and it's still, I don't know, days away probably.
Yeah,
maybe,
probably by next Saturday it should be real pretty.
Yeah, I would think so. Especially, well, maybe even a little sooner, because the nights are, it's going to start getting cold starting tonight.
That's true.
So,
yeah, it's because it's showing, what, 39 tonight?
yeah, it's actually going to start feeling like fall, so that should get things rolling pretty quick. There's still some splotchy color, but yeah, we're getting ready to come into West Jefferson right now. Again, nice little small town. There's Jefferson and West Jefferson. They're neighboring towns. Up a little early this morning. There's the Happy Shack. I don't have any idea what that is.
Apparently you're happy when you go there.
There's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. That's where we used to eat when we came up here, and then we just started going to Shatley Springs. That's a decent little place. It ain't the best I've ever had. Either I've had the barbecue and I had the fried chicken once. The fried chicken was kind of dry, but the barbecue's not bad. We just really like Shatley Springs. There's an antique mall. Let's go in there. Oh wow, it's a big
bunch of stuff. Yeah,
I never thought of that place.
A great big gold sign on this side.
Yeah.
Was that gas for $2.73?
Up here, wow. I'll bet you there's a catch to that. Probably a cash price or something. Or you got to get a car wash. Well, you have to look at that. $2.73 for gas.
Yeah.
Now, a few months back, that would have been not considered good.
Yeah. But we paid $2.94
now you're just glad
at
to see it, because you never know with the current. Anyway, I don't get political this morning. You just don't ever know how high it's going to get. It takes a certain amount of competence to run a country. Really seems to be lacking right now. So here we are coming into West Jefferson, hometown diner. We got a lot of little restaurants here, little small diners, cafes.
It's a small town feel.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing North Carolina has a lot of, and that's a lot of neat little small downtown areas. I mean, I guess you can find them a lot of places, but if you're wanting mountain scenery and just the small town feel, goodness, you got, what do you got here? You got West Jefferson, you got Mount Airy, Waynesville,
Yeah.
just to name a few. Black Mountain, we haven't been down, I don't know if you've ever been downtown Black Mountain. That's a nice little downtown area.
Whole lot of donuts.
Yeah, a whole lot of donuts. That's, my cousin owns that. That chain. There's one in Boone, one here. Now I know where the one here is at, and one in Lenore. Big donuts. I mean, they're like 5 inches across.
Good too.
I mean, look, I like Krispy Kreme too, but these are a lot bigger. You won't never get a donut this size of Krispy Kreme. I'll tell you that. So it's getting a little windy. But down this road here is the cheese factory. We'll show you that later.
Somebody's having a sidewalk sale. Hope it doesn't get rained on.
It's clouding up and getting dark, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, this pretty much concludes downtown West Jefferson. Just a neat little town to come on a cool fall morning or afternoon and just walk around and see the little shops and experience the beauty of the mountains.
Trees are pretty.
Yeah, that's some really nice trees there. There's just something about leaves when they turn and then they fall on the ground and make that big pile. It's just...
Before they turn brown.
I actually know a couple of people that said they don't like fall. I think there's got to be something mentally wrong with you if you don't like fall. He said, well, everything's dying. Well, yeah, it is, but it's sure pretty when it's doing it. It's not really dying. It's going dormant. It comes back.
It's a stage in the life.
Yeah.
Just like we go through stages.
And those leaves that those trees shed are actually, they enrich the soil. It's a process. See, our Creator's pretty smart. I put fall leaves in my garden on occasion because they will do wonders for your soil. And when those leaves fall, they decompose, they go into the soil, new crop comes back, and it's just an ongoing process.
It feeds the worms or earthworms and whatnot in the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll certainly bring earthworms to your garden, which you won't. Up here we're going to be turning a left. We're going to decide if it's Buffalo Road or Buffalo Cove. Yeah. This is a pretty drive up through here.
Yeah, it really is.
Now before we get here, right up here on the right, I know y'all, nobody cares about this. You know what I'm going to say?
Our intelligent outdoor dog that we have.
Yeah, we have a boxer at home. He's too big to travel with us, and we got him up here. We drove all the way up here to get him. Folks, I'm a dog lover, but I mean, facts are facts. That is the dumbest dog I've ever owned in my life.
I always tell myself, you're a pretty dog, but you're dumb.
Oh, I mean, he's literally dumb. Everybody in our neighborhood hates him because they can't drive up the road without him. He charges their vehicle. He nips at their tires. He's been hit 3 times.
Yeah, one of his legs,
and he doesn't learn.
One of his legs is a little slower than the other. I mean, he can still run on it, but it's slower.
So he uses the other 3 to do the same thing
yeah,
that got
like
that one injured.
Stop him.
I don't know how many times. Kind of like if I put my hand on a stove burner and it burned me, I probably wouldn't do it again. He just, I don't know what it would take to get through to him. Because if getting hit by a car 3 times while chasing doesn't teach you, then I don't really know what will. I call him T-Bone. He's not an intelligent. Anyway, we got him right over there.
Now, he's a pretty dog.
Oh, he's a pretty boxer, but honestly, I've seen other boxers. I've never seen a dog that dumb in my life. But anyhow. Oh, and skunks. He attacks skunks. He constantly gets sprayed with skunks. Does that teach him? No. He can't leave skunks alone. I would say something good about him. My mind's blank. Other than he has a ferocious bark. Here's another thing. He's not a good guard dog. He will bark at like us if we're walking and coming home. He'll bark. It's just Buffalo Road.
He'll bark if someone comes into the yard and
we came back from Pennsylvania a year and a half ago. And I kid you not, we came back from Pennsylvania, just got back into town, and we're going to try to make it to church that night. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm in the shower, and Shaughnessy comes into the bathroom.
Well, let's back up. He's in the shower. I'm in the kitchen, and I remembered he had left the ride mower in the backyard. And
Turn the
I thought,
wipers on here. Sorry, Robier.
so I look out the back window to make sure that the mower's still back because we didn't put it up before we left. And I see it, but then I see something, just the back, like hump of something. And I thought, and T-bone has been known to, what's the word? Take other animals' lives, and so I was trying to determine, what is that? And so I didn't go outside. If I go, our house is split level, so I went into the bathroom and I can look down over it, and it was a man.
A man laying in our backyard on drugs. He was passed out.
Fell over, and that was the hump of his back I was seeing.
So she comes in and says, "There's somebody in the backyard." I said, "Walking around?" She goes, "No, laying there." I said, "Well, are they dead?" We thought he was at first.
So we're calling 911.
So yeah, we're calling 911. So then it hits me. Where's T-Bone?
He had greeted us.
He had greeted us. Just, you know how boxers do. Just like
Happy
everything was great in the world. How does a man go lay and pass out in your backyard? And then your dog doesn't even know. I mean, I think most dogs have a sense to kind of let you know something ain't right, or somebody, they can't tell you, but they can act funny, or they can look and bark. I don't know if he'd even noticed the guy.
They probably became friends.
Probably.
The guy probably pet him, and then he's like, okay, he's all right. Hush, hush.
I don't know if that guy petted him or not.
I don't know. He had drank some windshield wiper fluid.
I'd already seen. I'd been on my carport, and I noticed that my windshield washer fluid jug, the lid was off of it, laying on the ground
out front, and we saw the jug, and we were like, he's like, did you do that? I'm like, no, And
I knew I don't ever do that. Leave a lid off something like that. And I guess it was that guy. I guess he had drunk. I don't know.
We found a sock on the carport, and then come to find out, the guy had swam across the lake.
He come across the lake, and actually our neighbor said he was sitting on her back porch prior to that, and she ran him off. Well, here we are coming back from Pennsylvania and get in. He's laying in our backyard.
Passed out. He slid on the bank, and I guess just passed out.
But the way he was laying, we thought he was dead.
Oh,
he was kind of leaning forward over his own legs.
One leg was forward, and he was leaning over it. The other one was tucked underneath his behind, and on a slope. So anyone he had to be high for him not to feel that. And then when the ambulance came and the fire department, police department
started coming around.
He came around, sat up, and they were sitting there talking to him and took him. But it was kind of like, if I had been in that position, I would probably still be in that position. I don't think. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That I couldn't move again.
It's starting to rain. This is not good. We're almost where we're going.
I did bring umbrellas, thankfully.
I mean, I can handle this little bit of a drizzle, but I just hope it doesn't get any more than that. So a couple more miles up the road. I'm sorry about Rovier barking. He's got a thing for windshield wipers.
Yeah, if it rains, he waits for it.
Even before we turn them on, if he hears rain hitting the windshield, he knows what's coming.
He'll stand at attention.
It's just really, really pretty up through here. And I was hoping the weather would be better, but it's got a little bit of a fall feel today. It's not cold yet. The cold front's going to move in after this clouds move out, but it's cool and windy. Not so much windy right here, but back at Ingalls.
We've seen some wind, yeah.
But it's just look at this fall scenery driving up through here.
Okay, Rovier, thank you. Thank you for letting us know the wipers are broken.
Calm down. Way too uptight. Church in the valley here. Now we ride along the creek. Don't know. Got the hiccups, sorry. Don't know if you can see the creek. How am I right now? Just kind of. I get air in my chest a lot. I don't know why. I never noticed that little.
I have either. It looks like a little tiny house.
Maybe somebody lives there. It looks like a storage building, but.
Made it into a tiny house.
Oh, look up in those woods. Yeah, that's just really, really pretty. So we left the house a little over 2 hours ago, or no, not quite a little under 2 hours ago.
8:12 actually.
Okay, so it's 10:03 now. We did stop at Walmart and to get gas because, I'm not calling names, but somebody knew we were taking her car today and didn't put gas in it.
Now, who would do that? Or who wouldn't do that?
Yeah. But anyway, we had to stop for gas and then stop at Ingalls. We made 3 stops. It's about an hour and a half drive up here from our house. So we're going to go ahead and cut the camera now because we actually have to walk across private property and up the hill behind. The cemetery's on private property. The guy lets us come up here, so we just park in his driveway and he lets us do that. Okay, it's starting to get very windy up here, but we're up here in the little small family cemetery. You can see how the leaves have blown off the trees here. This is my wife's father's little marker. His ashes are under there. Passed away 11 years ago today. If you see that or not. But it is really, this was my wife's grandfather here. That was her dad's dad. I'm going to walk over here and just show you the view. Like I say, this cemetery is on private property, but in the fall, which we've been up here a lot of other years when it's a lot more colorful, but it's just, it's beautiful up here. Even now, even though there's still a lot of green, it's just beautiful on this hillside right here. Of course, looking up at the mountains there. My wife's over there talking with the lady, the guy who lives in the house down there. Apparently his mom's moved back in with him, and we just met her and she wanted to walk up here with us. So they're over there talking and reminiscing about her dad's family. So, but it's just really, really pretty up here. Walk over here. It's kind of growing up here on the side, but yeah, I used to have a Christmas tree farm right here. There's still a few trees, but been up here in years past when that ridge right there was just on fire with color. It's just a lot of green. But to be honest with you, I'm already feeling that cool air moving in now. It's windy up here. It's starting to get colder. Not colder, but cooler. So, anyway. And I got Rovier. He's sticking tight with me. Hey Rovier, say hello to everybody. Had him for 12 years now, since he was a puppy. So this is my father-in-law. 11 years ago today. Again, just an absolutely beautiful area, beautiful time to come. Now this little old lady here, 80 years old, never had met her till today. She's the mom, like I said, of the guy who owns the property this cemetery's on. She's talking about wanting to come up here and rake leaves, and told us she mowed her son's grass all summer. So, man, hats off to her for being 80 years old and still being able to do that. Or 81, actually 81 years old, still being able to do that. So she was showing us actually her plot up here next to her husband. Okay, well, we are leaving now, and it commenced to raining on us when we were up there, so had to come on back down the hill, but did get to visit the grave and see some colors that just haven't really come in yet. But Shaughnessy spent most of the time talking to the lady's name was Linda.
Linda, yeah.
81 years old. She was a month younger than my wife's dad.
She remembered him.
Yeah, she remembered him. So that was interesting talking to her.
Yeah.
She climbed that hill, 81 years old. Climbed it with us, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't really have to wait on her. I stopped one time, but she's talking about wanting to get up there, clean up leaves, and
let me start over. She takes a push mower up that hill and mows the graveyard. She said it is a self-propelled mower, but you know, to me that's great.
Lives there with her son, yeah.
Yeah, and she's talking about fixing his deck. You know, things that need to be done around the house.
So I don't want to hear any more of your excuses. No, I'm kidding you. But, yeah, 'cause you're just 44.
Yeah, but it just seems like people who grew up in the mountains like this,
They're
that
tough.
work their whole life.
They have grit.
Yes, it's like they don't stop till they just can't do it anymore. She's like, I can still do it. I'm going to do it.
And she's still doing it. So
yeah.
But she was very, very pleasant to talk to.
She was very nice. Yeah, I wish the rain hadn't.
Yeah, it started raining. So
Wind
now
came and then the rain.
we're going to head on over now for some lunch, and we will do a separate review of this place, Shatley Springs. The little town it's in is actually called Crumpler, North Carolina. It's just north of the town of Jefferson. I've been saying West Jefferson, but we're going over now to Jefferson. Well, first we're going to the cheese factory, and then we're going to Jefferson. And then you get on the Highway 16 north, head towards Virginia. And right before you get to Virginia, just not even probably a couple miles, you turn left, and there's Shatley Springs. Very, very popular, probably the most popular place to eat up here.
Yeah, oh, definitely. People in our area, besides just us,
yeah,
drive up
I
here
grew
for
up here, and
this.
people go, we went up to Shatley Springs Friday night. And as a kid, I don't know if we ever went or not. I don't really remember going, but when we started going, I thought this does look familiar. If I did go, I was young. But we've kind of made that a tradition.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
One year we didn't get to because they were booked or something. That was like a couple of years back, 2 years ago or so. We ended up having to go to Boone or something, I think.
Oh yeah, I think
Did we
you're right.
I think we may end up at, was it Cracker
Cracker
Barrel?
Barrel, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Seemed like I couldn't call them to reserve for some reason. I don't remember what the deal was. But yeah, now I like their online.
Now you can do it online. You couldn't
Very
do that.
nice.
They're finally kind of getting in this century a little bit over there.
I'm trying to remember. Do they take debit cards now? It was cash or check.
I think they do. I think I saw that on the website. But yeah, there for a while they wouldn't even take a card. You either had to pay cash or you could write them a check. And even though we're not really local, we're 2 counties away, we never had a problem. But
you would just think somewhere popular like that where people travel
yeah,
far.
they're kind of coming around to the 21st century a little bit, you know. But in a way, I like laid-back things like that, just things that are still doing it the way they used to do it. But it's okay for some modern improvements once in a while. But I think a lot's been lost over the years too. A lot of things of value have been lost as far as the way things are done, the work ethic. Well, today somebody needs to hear some messages on work ethic this day and time, you know.
Yeah, really. Pretty through there, all the leaves on them.
Pretty much everybody's hiring.
And begging people to come, give them starting bonuses.
Well, anyhow.
You got pretty wet.
Did I? Yeah, a little bit.
You got a thick shirt on there too.
What I hate about rain, it messes my hair up so bad.
Yes, with the
I spent an hour. Yeah, that little lady made a crack about my hair. She said something about the rain would mess up my curls. You know what she?
Yeah.
Mess up my curls. I told her, I said, you don't know how long it takes me to get this to look like this in the morning. Anyway, we'll resume recording once we get close to Shatley Springs. Okay, we are back in downtown West Jefferson, and here in just a moment we're going to the Ashe County Cheese Outlet. But first, we're going to go over here. They have a little viewing room where you can watch the cheese get made. So, there's the cows. I'm sorry, cattle. Fall decoration. And see cheese made. So let's go see some cheese made. And my wife has left me. Not literally left me, just left me standing out there.
Completely of the fat and residual
They're not
moisture
really
and
making any now, but that's where they do
These
it.
residuals are
Looks like
called
they're cleaning them out.
The buttermilk is then removed from the fat, and the churn continues to work until one large mass remains. Buttermilk is added back to the fat to reach the desired fat content of the butter.
Anyway.
Normally around 80%. And salt is applied to it.
Well, there wasn't much to that. They weren't making any today. Alright. Here's the cattle once again. But over here is where they make it. Now hiring. Seeing a lot of that. They put that sign up right there because of Shaughnessy last year. She was trying to ride one of the cow. So they had to put that sign up because some people don't know how to act in public. Isn't that right?
Yeah, well,
I guess they're letting us go. Nah, she wasn't. She asked me if she could. I told her probably shouldn't. So. Alright, so we're going to step inside the cheese factory right here. There's the cheese curds. I always get a couple bags of those. $4.99 a bag, not bad. Let's walk over and through here, the candy section first. Huh?
one of the great parts of the store.
The candy section.
Yes. I like my
Chocolate peanuts, that's one of my favorite things right there. How much are them chocolate peanuts behind you?
$5.19.
Yeah, that's a little steep.
Well, it depends on how much the weight is. This is $4.39.
Yeah, but I can see how much is in it. You can get a bag with that many for a lot less. Now there's those Clay's candies. I love those.
We love these little suckers too, the little Smarty Pops.
Those are not good for your teeth, but
They're delicious.
yeah, the cherry ones I like. I don't see cherry. There's your butter mints over there.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to forget those. Just a lot of your old time candies here in the little baskets. Taffy. No way I'm going to stand here and get them all. Sixlets. I remember getting those as a kid growing up. And right there, folks, that's the worst candy ever made right there, Circus. I don't know how those have survived all these years. To me, in my opinion, that is the absolute worst candy they've ever made. Followed by, I'll see if I can see the one that comes in second. I do not. It's those orange slices that are coated with sugar. Those are terrible. Alright, there's old-fashioned stick candy. I love that stuff. If you're in West Jefferson, you definitely want to come in here. Got a few little souvenir items. Stickers for your car, coffee cups, mountain music. Pickled bologna. I've not had that in a while. I like that. Pickled smoked bologna. There's one's red hot, one's smoked. Wow. Wish that wasn't $9 a container. Got sausages, country hams, drinks, and just about every kind of cheese you can think of. Mountain cheddar. White cheddar. 7-year-old sharp cheddar. I've had this one before. That's a good one there. Carolina blue marble cheese. That's good. Four pepper jack. Smoked ghost pepper. Now that's some hot stuff. Might get that one today. Cheddar mango fire.
How's that? Little pepper cheese.
Buffalo jack. I've had that one. That's a good one. My wife and I usually get a couple while we're here. She likes that one. I think that's it with the jalapeno peppers. Garlic cheddar. Cajun cheddar. Garlic, parsley, and chives. Jack and Dill. That's a catchy name. Like Jack and Jill. Tomato basil. I don't remember liking that one much. I think I did get that last year. I don't remember that being a favorite. Got a lot more over here. Munster, Parmesan, smoked Gouda. Now Gouda, no, that's not. I'm thinking Fontina. That's the one I'm looking for. Fontina. Fontina is one of the best cheeses you'll ever eat. I'm gonna see what they got that here. It's usually expensive. I don't get it often for that reason, but. I haven't actually seen it yet. I would imagine they'd have it. Butter cheese. Sounds good. Getting out of the cheese a little bit and snacks and got jams, jellies, pickled items. Pretty much typical of anything you would find in mountains here. Pumpkin butter, apple pie jam, blackberry preserves. Then we got the pickled okra, which in my opinion is the best way to eat okra. My wife loves it fried, but I like it pickled. I hadn't any pickled in a while. $9 a jar. Butter. These on over here. Even got a pink salad dressing here. Red raspberry vinaigrette. A little bit of everything. Now here's an item. I'm definitely going to get one of these Mayberry barbecue sauce. Sweet and tangy. Pepper. What's this one? Chipotle, black pepper, and red pepper flavors. I guess I'm reading that right. I don't have my contact in, so. We've just gotten on Highway 16 north out of the town of Jefferson, headed up towards mouth of Wilson, Virginia, but we're not going to go all the way up there. We are going to Shatley Springs now. It's several miles up this road. So, looking forward to a good meal there now. I think I've already decided on what I'm going to get. They've really, let me go ahead and tell you something about, well, no, I'll just wait until the actual review for that. They have limited their menu now to 4 main courses. Used to be you could get a lot more than that. But now you can only get, you got to choose between fried chicken, and their fried chicken is pretty good. Country ham, their country ham's really good. Meatloaf, which I've never had.
It's good.
She's had, says it's good. And chicken pie. That's your 4 options now. They also, I will go ahead and mention this, they are also family style, which means that you can order a family style meal and you can choose a lot of different things and they keep bringing it to you. It's all you can eat. That's like 20 some bucks a person. And from what I understand, if you've got a group of 10 or more, you have to order a family style. But just like us, 2 of us, we can order off the menu. We order off the menu for the simple reason the menu prices are like $9.99 for the meals we just mentioned. Those 4 plates plus your sides and everything else. You leave there stuffed anyway.
Oh, so yeah, you get plenty.
Yeah. So why pay over double the amount to get full when you're gonna get full anyway?
Mm-hmm.
There's a sign, Shatley Springs. For $9.99, you cannot beat the amount of food you get here. You just can't. And I usually leave feel like I can't walk anyway, so there's just no reason for us to do the family style thing and pay $20 some a person just to get filled up when we're going to get filled up anyway. So we're 18 miles from mouth of Wilson, Virginia. And that was a pretty drive that day we took that. We went up there and then went over to Grayson Highlands State Park.
I remember it being very chilly and windy.
Yeah, it was chilly. It was chillier that day than it is today.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that cold front's moving in because the temperatures are dropping, but it's still easily in the 50s, maybe low 60s right now.
My car says 62. But
62? Where do you see that?
right there.
Okay. So, yeah. But I look for that to drop throughout the day because that wind is bringing that cooler air in. And it's about time. It's fall. It should be cold. I'm not one of these people who wants it warm all the time.
I like warm, but we don't need it.
I like it. I wouldn't want to live where it's always cold.
Pumpkin patch.
Yeah, that used to be a nice pumpkin patch there. I don't think that was the one though, was
No,
it?
but that's what I was pointing out. There was one.
I wouldn't want to live where it's always cold.
Back up there on that hill.
Yeah.
There's like a huge pumpkin patch on the side of it. Well, I just
Not
thought
now.
the trees.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of pumpkin. One year it was just orange, just literally
Orange
dotted
dots.
with orange.
Yeah, it was pretty neat to see.
But me personally, I like a place with seasons. If you live where it's warm all the time, you become a wimp, and you can't handle cold. Your blood gets thin, and you complain. If you live where it's always cold, I don't know. I've never lived where it's always cold. I like to live where there's 4 seasons. Where we live, we're blessed. We live down in the valley where it does get hot in the summer, but we can hop in the car and ride up the mountain 30 minutes and be where it never hardly hits 90 degrees, and we're a breeze. So we get the best of both worlds here. We get snow in the winter, we get fall colors, we get flowers in the spring, and we have the mountains to escape the heat in the summer. So I'm pretty happy where we live.
Oh, I am too.
I like to visit Florida. I would not want to live in Florida. I'd like to visit somewhere that's really cold. I guess Alaska maybe. I don't know if I'd want to live there.
I wouldn't want to live there.
I'd like to see it one time though.
I would like to see it.
But I don't want to be where it's just the same weather all the time. But it's gonna feel like fall. I'm looking forward. I love those evenings at home. I don't know if my wife don't think I'm nutty here, but like I call cozy evenings. You know,
Oh, yeah.
put on my boots, socks, kick back, have a hot tea, and watch something on television.
Gotta have the wood stove going with hot fire in it.
Well, that's for the winter time when it gets really cold.
My favorite. I love.
We still heat with wood.
Love hot heat.
Anyway, we're here at Shatley Springs. We're getting. I thought I saw the sign. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
It is called Shatley Springs Road. On your left, there's a nice red and white sign marking the entrance. Folks, we are almost back at Rough Ridge. This is part 2. We just passed a really good section of color. I'm sure you can see it on the sped up part of the video. But depending on where you go, you turn a curve, there's still a lot of green, but back there, oh, it was on fire, red, orange. So looking for Rough Ridge to have really colored up since this past Sunday when we were up here. That's why we wanted to do a part 2. And looking forward to that today. We're almost there, so I'm going to go ahead and put the video back to normal speed. I sped it up because we've been driving the parkway for probably a good 30 minutes now, and I didn't want it to take that long in the video, so just thought we would put a little music or something over it and speed it up for a while. But almost back at Rough Ridge. And are you ready to hike back up Rough Ridge?
I'm ready to see the view, and to be honest with you, after that big meal, I am so sleepy.
Yeah, my wife wants to take a nap.
I'm so tired. I'm like,
we don't have to hike it.
I want to. I hope it's beautiful.
Looking off just to the left, there's still a lot of green, still some color to come. That's why we want to plan something every weekend in October as the color progresses on down into the valleys. So, like I say, weather permitting, hopefully we have good weather next Saturday. Would like to do max patch and maybe some ride along the parkway too. We'll see. Haven't really figured out what our rest of our itinerary is for today. Wind is really picking up. Temperature has cooled. It's now 52 degrees. It was 62 when we first got to Shatley Springs. It has dropped 10 degrees now.
Probably even cooler than that without wind.
Yeah, 52 with wind. We're looking at feels like in the 40s probably once we get out.
And I only brought a sweatshirt.
Well, that's why you hike. You burn, you get your body heat up. But not too much longer now to Rough Ridge. And this is just really one of my favorite little short walks in the fall. Is Rough Ridge. We went there last year for the first time in the fall, and it was spectacular.
It was real pretty.
I don't know that it's going to be as pretty this year as it was last year, but because I don't know, last year was just hard to top. And the answer to that is no, it's not going to be. It has colored up some from last week, but it's still not. This is not it. There's another little parking area that looks like it.
Yeah, did you come around that curve? Yeah. It's through us before.
And another thing that's not going to help is this intense wind that's blowing. That's going to, a lot of the leaves that have already turned, they're kind of releasing their grip anyway, and this wind is taking a lot of leaves down today. The green ones should still be okay, the ones that still haven't started to turn, but you know, once the leaf turns, it starts turning loose too. So, alright, getting ready to pull into Rough Ridge now. We'll take some video once we get up there.